All right, guys, we're jumping on live a little bit. Andrew Kozan just won the Utah Championship, episode 212 of the Dadbods Golf Pod. What an electric
It just hit
start.
him.
He wins.
You
He
won,
don't even know
baby.
it.
That's
It's
a W,
over, baby. It's
He's seeing
over.
what we
That's a
see with the
W.
look at him.
Unbelievable.
He doesn't know. He's like, are we sure? Are we sure?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Bet Online, the number one sports betting website in the country. And if you would have put some money on Andrew Kozan, you could have just absolutely slayed it. Use coupon code DADBOD. What is it? I don't even know. But no, I'm sorry. Coupon code BELIEVE. I'm so excited. I'm sorry. Coupon code BELIEVE. BLEAV. Get a 50% bonus. Give them $100. Give them $50 back. You got a ton of stuff you can play with: baseball, golf, live casino. It's electric. It's fun. I can't control my hands right now. I'm too excited. I went from top button to no button.
Here we go.
Top button to no button. Believe. Check them out. Bet Online, where the game starts. Guys, I'm pumped. I feel like we just won. I feel like
Is this his first tournament
win
since a married man?
He may have played two or three. He may have played two or three.
Kozan electric outfit, first year on the Korn Ferry Tour, makes it through Q School, 153 on the top 25 list to number 40 today, wearing the most electric shirt
outfit
and shoes combo that you will ever see on tour ever. This guy makes Ian Poulter look like a child.
When your belt and your shoes, you got your FootJoy FJ Premiers, you got the pink belt, pink shoes, you got a little pink in your shirt. He's an icon. Look, I was a top button guy. I'm going to a no button guy. Day one. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Utah Championship. Andrew Kozan is your champion. I can't wait to talk to him about it. I've been texting him over the weekend. I made some like outlandish text to him last night. There was like, it's time to step on some throats, blah, blah, blah. And he just texted me back.
Is that the only thing you said? Step on throats?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna continue to repeat what I texted him, but he responded with his classic LFG. So we're going shot 63 today, 63, and he was
9 birdies,
a collective 3 inches from shooting 59. Maybe I'm talking lipping putts out down the stretch. Oh man, that was electric.
Yeah, he even said in his post-round interview, he said he couldn't complain too much. He said, anytime you got a 1 or 2 inch tap in, he said, that's a good thing when you do that well in a golf tournament. But
you
do wonder when he looks at it, if he goes, "Dadgum, I was really close."
Oh yeah.
You know how cool it is to be watching the PGA, a Korn Ferry Tour tournament, and you hear his voice, and you're like, dude, I've heard that guy on Zoom before.
Oh yeah.
I've talked a little shit about online blackjack with that guy.
Oh no, it's so cool. It's so cool to see him finally, pull through. He's even said it in his interview. He struggled a little bit, and then he jumps, like Nate said, from 150 all the way to 40, and he's got another tournament left. He basically solidifies himself for the playoffs and another top 10 finish, and he could shoot inside the top 25 and automatically get his card. And then who knows from there? I mean, unbelievable.
Then we podcast naked.
Yeah, we're gonna do a whole podcast with him completely shirtless. But man, I'm fired up. I had my son was fired up pulling for Andrew. I tried to get some videos. I'm gonna send it to him. He was cheering for other putts not to go in perfectly. It was great. It was great. It was
good practice for the Ryder Cup in a few years when we take old Bub out there.
Exactly. We almost got derailed. From being able to watch it on TV because the Charles Schwab whatever tournament goes into a playoff. And Nate and I were joking about it. It goes to a playoff and they cut away from coverage to go watch Jerry Kelly and this other old guy, which I love Jerry Kelly. So I'm fired up. He ends up winning the playoff. Go into a 1-hole playoff is like watching, Nate says, like watching the 2001 John Deere Classic.
Yeah.
This other old guy.
And Kyle responds, he's like, I don't like watching the 2022 John Deere Classic, much less the 2021.
2001. Yeah, exactly. But that's just par for the course for the Golf Channel and golf coverage in general. They just can't make up their mind.
Yeah, we need more. We need to, like, when you're watching a football game and the next one comes on, be like, hey, tune over to ESPN 7 to watch this one. Okay.
Give us
Tune
an
into
option.
Golf Channel alternate to watch Gene Kelly if you want to watch Gene Kelly. And
Yeah.
Gene Kelly's mom can tune
Jerry
over,
Kelly.
and everybody else can watch Korn Ferry.
Jerry Kelly.
Gene Kelly, sorry.
I love Jerry Kelly too. He's like he's tweeted with us a few times on Twitter, but congrats to him. He won in the playoff. He won the first playoff hole. Oh man, I'm so excited. I don't even really know where to go from here. We'll jump back on the Andrew deal in just a little bit, but I want to kind of touch on some of these Justin Thomas quotes. Ben kind of hinted at it on our last show, but he did a podcast on the Fire Pit Collective or Fire Chat Collective or something like that.
No, it was under par. It was subpar. It was
subpar?
it was Colt Gnosis. Yeah, it was
Okay.
Colt Gnosis subpar podcast.
Okay, even better. They were talking about the Live Tour suing the PGA Tour to be able to let their guys that have the points be able to play in the playoffs. And Justin's response, I'm just going to read the quote and then I'm going to let you guys, I don't want to go too hard on Justin because I like Justin, but this seems like a company fed thing to say. And he even kind of said it was, they're suing me. They're suing Rory McIlroy. They're suing Tiger Woods. They're suing every single one of us that they've looked in the face, looked in the eyes, and played golf rounds with, played on the Ryder Cup or President's Cups team with, shared moments with.
Okay. No, they're not. First of all, and here's who they are suing. They're suing the guy who's 126 going into this event and trying to get into 125. He's not suing you. He's not suing Rory. He's not suing Tiger. None of you guys will have what you will be affected, not at all. So quit trying to play victim. Is that like the cool thing to do now is to play victim? Oh, they're suing me. They're suing Rory. You just named two guys who could not tee it up at all and still play in the Tour Championship if they want to. So if anybody should be pissed, it's the guys who are grinding to try and keep their car, grinding to get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The guys that nobody's heard of, the guys that nobody cares to watch on TV. That's who should be pissed.
Like Ricky got in. He's in the playoffs at 125 on the line.
Sure.
That he's the one that would be most effective. Ben,
I don't agree with Nate, and I don't agree with Justin Thomas.
Oh,
Because all he
shocker.
did was prove that his privileged ass has not been in the real world and known what it's like to work for a real corporation. They're suing the PGA Tour. If they sue my company, they're not suing me. They're suing my boss. They're suing the shareholders that are a part of it. They're not suing the employees. That's not how that works. So Welcome to the real world, Justin. They're not suing Tiger. They're not suing Rory. They're not even suing the Rickies and the people that are barely getting in the cut. They're suing your bosses. And it happens all the time in the real world when people sue a company. They're not suing the employees that work for the company. And that's what you are, Justin. So step away, kind of know your lane here, that you're a player, you're an employee, you're a contract employee, which is why those guys are suing, because they're not being allowed to be, quote unquote, one of the best golfers and play in one of the best leagues because they don't agree, or the company that they used to work for didn't pay them enough. So they went and got a little extra money somewhere else. And the company was like, no, you can't do that.
I think the thing that bothers me the most is right before he said this quote, he was like, somebody said this to me and it made a lot of sense. And I never thought about it this way. He said something to the tune of that before he made the quote. They're getting fed lines. Like,
yes,
Jay Monahan, leave these dudes alone. Like, seriously.
The person that told him that's an idiot too. And also privileged to never work for a corporation.
It's so silly. I don't know how it'll end up, but no, like they're not like that's saying that they're trying to directly take something away from you, and they're not. Like, them suing would have nothing to do with taking away anything from you. They're just suing for the opportunity to play in the playoffs that they earned to play in. Like that.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
They've earned enough points to play in the playoffs, and you're not letting them. Why are you not letting them?
You've been dogging them, Justin Thomas, and you're better. Just beat them. Just let them come in and then beat them. Like, what are we playing this stupid game for? Like, let them come in and then just wax them.
So I do have an issue though, is if these guys do get in, who gets kicked out, right? Because there's going to be 125 guys.
Yeah.
Going to be 125 guys. So obviously they've already kicked them out. So in order to let them back in, these guys just get the short end of the stick now? Like, did they never deserve it in the first place? The 110, the 115 through 125. Do you just slide them down the list and insert these other 10 dudes?
I think you would insert them where their points
where their
lie,
points
and
would
then,
put them.
And then whoever is, hanging on the edge gets booted out.
Yeah.
So somebody who played their ass off this week with them, who is told when they teed off on Thursday at the Wyndham, hey, you have to do this to accomplish this. And now all of a sudden the lawsuit kicks you out. I'd go burn Hudson Swafford's house down. And then move right on over to Tyler Gooch. I love Tyler Gooch, but go F yourself. I stayed on the tour. Yeah, I'd burn Jay Monahan's house down. Somebody's got to pay if I'm 125 and I get booted out because of a lawsuit from
but the
Phil
only reason you
Mickelson.
are 125 is
okay. Well, the PGA Tour said it was going to be this way.
Yeah, but the only reason
this way.
But Nate, the only reason you're 125 is because the PGA Tour kicked those guys out. They didn't quit the PGA Tour.
Yes, they did. They kicked those guys out. They kicked them out.
Then be
on
mad.
Paper, they're kicked out.
But then
you
be
have
mad
to
at
be
the
mad.
PGA Tour. Me be mad at your current employer that did that.
Yeah,
burn somebody's house down.
Burn
Jay
Jay's.
Monahan,
Jay,
sure.
the only house,
whatever.
the only arson that needs to be committed is on Jay Monahan's
I'm
house.
still.
Nobody else.
I'm still.
Y'all need to quit saying that. If his house burns down, they're
fire in
going
Hudson Swafford's backyard. It's still happening.
Hey, 100 dudes that listen to the show every day, don't go burn Jay Monahan's house down.
Please don't.
No.
We are suspect
Andy from
zero.
Palm Springs would do it.
He might.
Yeah, he
I know. That's the kind of the one I'm concerned about. He could do it. Big fan.
He would actually do it with like one of those torches in the front yard, cussing and yelling and saying "Dad bod golf pod # always stroking," and then he would throw it on there and run away.
And the crazy thing is Ben knows that because Ben would also be there, and Ben would be the one saying always stroking.
Yes,
that's stupid comments. They just, Justin Thomas is a boss. He's got that killer instinct. You love to watch him. You love the way he dresses. You love the way he plays. He does all the cool shots. He does everything that you love. And all of a sudden, someone's getting in his ear and making him say stupid things that make you not like him. And it's pissing me off because I really, really, really am a huge Justin Thomas fan. I've been a Justin Thomas fan ever since I saw him show up at the Duffner Classic in the clothes he wore the night before, doing shotgun and beers, hitting 2 drives out of bounds, then saying it's for the kids, and still play. I mean, I love it, man. I love the guy, but golly, this is the worst comments that have been made since this whole thing started. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
For whatever reason, this reminds me, and it's a little bit different because it's more about money. Greg Oden, basketball player who never panned out, but he got like an $18 million contract out of college. Talking about the place he moved to, he's like, the only places to shop are like Target. There's no Walmart, and Target's kind of expensive. It's like you just signed an $18 million contract, and you're complaining about having to shop at Target.
Yeah, exactly. So what's funny is a lot of the guys are still on the FedEx Cup standings. So who would be in it? Brooks Koepka would be in it. He's 106. Dustin Johnson, I don't think would be in it.
Tyler Gooch has got to be in it. I mean, he won. There's pretty much
Tyler Gooch is 20. He's 20th. So he doesn't deserve to play. He's 20th in the FedEx Cup. So you got Tyler Gooch. Or what about Patrick Reed?
So are they doing that, or are they just taking the top 125 and then they remove these guys from the field, and then you have 115 dudes who tee it up next week at St. Jude? I mean, how many guys are teeing it up at St. Jude?
125. 125. Pat Perez was at 127. They said 125 there because Ricky Fowler is going to be 125 on the dot. Absolutely.
Okay, so now what I'm looking at is he's at 124. Ricky Fowler is.
He's 120. He's 123. The peach. Look at the one that you're going to click on is underneath. It says something like current and projected, because I don't think they finalize them until like later.
Yeah. So when I'm looking at, I don't see Gooch at 20. He's not on this list.
Yeah, there. Well, I was on the PGA. Well, of course, I was on PGAtour.com's website, and they haven't updated shit for 6 months. So he's 20. They definitely haven't taken him out yet, but he's in there at 20. So I'm looking at the current. This was posted 1 hour ago. This is DraftKings. top 125, and Ricky Fowler is 125 on the dot. Kramer Hickok 124. Yeah.
See,
So
I don't know why I've seen Matt Wallace at 125, Fowler at 124, Hickok at 123.
this was posted 1 hour ago, so maybe I don't know. Maybe some other stuff has come out since then. But regardless, are you on CBS?
No, I'm on the PGA Tour app. It says August 7th at 6:27 p.m. So
Yeah, the
was that
PGA.
yesterday?
If you will
CBS is
go
not
to,
us.
if you will Google it, it will have a current versus projected, and that it's got Ricky up there at 123, Wallace at 124, and then Austin Smotherman in at 125.
How do you flip it to projected?
It was under when I just Googled FedEx champion or FedEx standings. It had the PGA Tour
Yeah.
app thing at the beginning, and then right underneath it was like a sub thing you could click on, and it said actual versus project. I clicked on that, and it's way more up to date.
So that's through August 7th. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a huge portion of this show that we're about to do, and we have to know what the hell we're working with.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm looking at it. I'm seeing Austin Smitherman out of the playoffs, which could totally change my answer completely for what we're about to do.
It's I will say, Nate, what is
I don't want, and just like these live guys,
projected?
I want Smotherman his fair chance at this thing that the Dadbod Golf Pod's about to do.
Exactly.
Live projected FedEx playoffs eligibility. And
Send
it's
that
got
to the
official.
group so that when we do this next segment, we're all looking at the same list, because I don't want me.
The
I don't talk
integrity
bad
of
about
this
anybody.
segment has to be, we gotta
Yes.
maintain.
I never want to alienate anybody from this show.
No,
Screw
absolutely not.
Smiley Kaufman, but I don't ever want to annihilate anybody from the show.
Annihilate. We don't want to annihilate anyone.
And you don't want to annihilate.
Yeah, that was your son just speaking through me right there.
Awesome. So so you got that. I think if the suit wins, then you just literally put them in where their points lie, and then if you're at however many guys, so let's say there's 3 guys, hey, 125, 124, 123, you're just out of luck, buddy. You're bumped
Yes.
right out.
Hey, I just clicked on that link you sent, Ben, and I'm sorry to keep harping on this, but it's the same list I was just looking at. Has Matt Wallace at 125.
Well, then that's the one we're
Fowler
going with.
124. So
That's the one we're going with.
It must have just updated again then.
Yeah.
And hey, and you know what would make me happier than anything is Danny Willis.
I just said Matt Wallace was 124. I said Austin Smotherman was 125.
Okay. Well, Austin Smotherman is bumped out now. He's 126. Something's happened.
And you need
Somebody
to apologize
barred.
to his family.
Wait, if you look to the left,
claiming
the left
on a
is projected.
nationally
The right
syndicated
is
podcast.
official. The right says official. There's 3 columns. Projected, FedEx rank up and down, then official. Go with what it says official.
Okay, I do see. You got to turn it. You got to turn it landscape.
Oh.
If you turn it landscape, you get the official.
Good Lord.
That's
Okay.
crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't usually do that for my phone unless I'm, taking a video of my swim.
I mean, what is going on here, Kyle? Let's get it together,
Sorry.
man.
Sorry, gracious. This is.
I got an ad. I got an ad plan. I'm sorry, man. I'm still too excited. I'm still too excited from Kozan.
No.
So before
Benjamin, you
Go
don't do official. That was before the term was over. You do projected. Projected is what.
Okay, then let's go with projected.
Okay, we'll do projected, but
We'll
let
do
me tell you what we're
projected.
about to project. We're about to project fashion on you, and that's with Swannies.co. Use coupon code DadbodGolfPod -25. Take 25% off your next order. Get in on this subscription box, guys. You got like a little over a month, September 10th. Get it in. They're going to send you seasonal items, okay? Quarterly. It just ain't like you don't get locked in monthly. It's a quarterly deal, 4 times a year. Load your closet up with Swannies gear. And the cool thing is use your coupon code. You get to take 25% off of it. So instead of like $80, it's like $64. It's absolutely awesome. You get you get 2 pieces, and then you get some type of brand partnership item. They haven't released what that is yet for the September box. But other than that, Ben's got on a brand new Swannies shirt, I believe.
Yes.
Nate's got on a Swannies hat. The stuff looks great. It feels great. Got to check them out. Got to show them some love. Swannies.co, coupon code DadbodGolfPod -25. Take 25% off. Wear fashion.
Yes.
starts.
That's where it all
All
starts.
right.
Not to lose any more listeners, but just real quick so that we're clarifying. John Huh, official, was 111. Now projected, he's at 66, and he won today. So I'm just gonna.
John Hudd did not
Go
win
by
today.
project.
Well,
He
pretty
finished
sure
good. He finished high.
finished
though.
He did.
enough
He
to
finished
get into
top 5.
66. So
We're going with projected. All right, this
Whatever,
is a
man.
famous segment. I'm just calling it famous because I want to. A segment we've got deemed called 1 in, 1 out, and we did it at every round of the playoffs. And you basically take somebody that's within 10 spots of the last place, you kick them out, and you take one person from within 10 spots over the last spot, and you bring them in. So in other words, from 115 to 125, pick somebody, kick them out. From 126 to 136, pick somebody, and you get to put them in. And then we're going to go around the horn and have some fun. Nate, I'm gonna let you lead off. This is your baby. This is your thing. I'm gonna let you go, man.
yeah, and
do the damn thing.
1 in, 1 out was inspired by a little place called Sky Bar that I went to in college, and get crowded on Saturday night. So you're waiting for somebody to come out. You're begging them. I offered a guy $20 one time. I was next in line. I said, "Dude, just leave. I'll give you $20 to walk out this door so I can come into the bar and then turn around and pay cover." And I think he tried to fight me or something. But anyway, 1 in, 1 out. So you got to kick them out first to make room, right? So we always go out first.
Out first.
I'm gonna go ahead and just boot. This is gonna be unpopular. I'm gonna boot Ricky Fowler.
Oh,
I don't see where Ricky Fowler has played well enough to earn this spot. I didn't know that he was even like a card-toting member of the PGA Tour anymore. So I'm going to slide Ricky out at 124 because let's be honest, he gets in by the skin of his teeth anyway.
he gets in by the live guys leaving.
Yep.
Yeah, literally.
For just being honest,
deserving or not. And let me bring in Harry Higgs.
I knew you were.
Come on, big
Damn it.
Higgy boy, a very popular icon out, a very popular icon, and Harry's in, Ricky's out. Harry could eat Ricky if he wanted to. Probably
One
done
bite.
it before. Everybody knows the rules. So,
There you
Ricky,
go.
goodbye forever. Go to the live tour. Literally go to the live tour. What the hell are you doing trying to slide in by the skin of your teeth to the FedEx Cup playoffs? Get your
Go
ass
make
in.
$150 million.
And quite frankly, Harry Higgs, you should be doing the same thing.
I agree.
You couldn't finish in the top 125. Get
Yeah.
your ass to the live, dude.
You would be
I
a
mean,
hit. You would be
yeah.
hit. There's so much food. There's so much food. It's unlimited food.
No,
You kidding me?
doubt.
You could probably play shirtless too. Ben,
More than likely, yes. you
Ben,
could.
hit us with yours. Hit us. With
All
yours.
right. I'm going to go. The first one out has got to be because I want to read the tabloids and see what it is. Lucas
Oh,
Glover.
no.
He's
Oh,
gone.
no.
Lucas Glover has got to be out. And just so we can,
See them.
and I still have my invitation to go stay at his house. So I'm kind of curious how that would go. So I want Glover out and in. Just because he took Harry Higgs, which was mine, I want Danny Willett to come in and play.
Dude, get out of
Just
here.
to
Are
piss
you
Nate
kidding
off.
me?
Just to piss Nate off.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, Danny boy.
Oh, yeah.
Danny
We
boy.
need to
Big
see
Danny
Danny
boy.
Boy once a year in the picture of the champions dinner, and that's it. That's the only acknowledgement that Danny
where
Willett
nobody
should
wants to sit
get
beside him.
is in the caption
Yes.
where he's sitting between Larry Mize and Fuzzy Zoller. Okay,
Or
a
Craig
racist
Stadler.
and a quiet guy.
That's amazing. That's amazing. A
Oh.
racist and a quiet guy. Okay, my first one out. You know what? I'm going to make this easy. Matt Wallace, get out of here. You're on the line anyway, and so you're definitely only in there because Tyler Gooch, Brooks Koepka,
Yeah.
and those guys are not playing.
Nah,
So,
Swafford.
yeah, you're literally in there because other people aren't. So Matt Wallace, loved you in Braveheart, but you're out. You're out of here.
That was good.
Take your freedom and ride. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Bringing one guy in. I don't know. I don't. None of these guys like really super duper do it for me. But I think I'm gonna go with. Let's go with Doc Redmond. Let's go with
That's
Doc
the
Redmond.
coolest name. That
Got a cool name. Doc is a cool name. Got a buddy named Doc. He plays with us. He's Doc, I think, came to the Duffner thing maybe once or twice.
old Redmond.
I think he did. And he I mean, he's been on Barstool. Like he likes young guy, a lot of fun. I'm gonna go Doc Redmond.
Nice.
tailor-made guy too, and I'm a tailor-made guy. So,
And I
Oh,
really
there
want
you
to
go.
find out where, like, what's his Christian name? Like, what's his government name? Because we call our buddy Doc because he's a doctor, and I know it's original. But like, hey, I'm Doc. I'll be like, oh, what do you practice? My 7-iron lately.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So yeah, that's who I would go. That's who I'd go with. Bring old Doc in, and we'll just move on from there.
Doc Redmond with a big mustache.
He's got like a
Enormous
handlebar. I like it.
mustache.
Doc. I think his name literally is Doc.
I think
that
it is
his actual
That's what
name.
that's probably what
Doc
his family went with.
Hudspeth. Thank
Yep.
God they called him Doc. Doc Hudspeth Redmond from
Wow.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
A top 5 finish still was not good enough to get into the top
Kyle,
120.
North Carolina is that one that's above South Carolina.
Yeah, of course. It's up there. Not far from Atlanta, just above Atlanta. That's how I describe anywhere that's north, just above Atlanta.
Well, you go on 85 and then just kind of, keep
going. You just
Yeah.
keep on going. You keep
And then
on
you
going.
get off that exit that's got the Huddle House and the Waffle House. I know y'all seen that when they're across the street from each other.
Oh man. Oh man. Who wants to do? I want Nate. I want you to sell me a blue tees right now. We've gotten so much feedback from the blue tees. I know who got the last one, by the way. Shout out Grayson Gunn. He got the pink one too.
Shout out Grayson.
Yeah.
Nice.
I want to tell me about this blue tees, man. Tell us about the blue tees.
Look, I don't think it comes as a surprise to anyone that a rangefinder can severely impact your game in a positive way.
Yes.
It shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone also that you're overpaying for your rangefinder. And we overpay for a lot of things in our life. You don't have to overpay for your rangefinder. Blue Tees offers a premier rangefinder at a under premier price. Scan mode. Catch the bunker, catch the trees, catch the whatever you need to, layup shots. It's not just 127 to the pin. Let me stick it to 5 feet. We're going to think our way around the golf course, folks. Okay.
Yes.
We've got to be thinkers, not stinkers. Blue Tees. Where
bumper sticker.
Slope starts.
Coupon code DADBOD. Take 10% off. Already incredible savings. If you want to pay $600+ for a Bushnell, you're just an idiot. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I don't care. Barometric pressure does not mean that much. It does not make that much of a difference. No. All right. Last thing. I mean, I just kind of want to go back on this Andrew Kozan thing.
Yes.
He finished today 21 under. He won his first event. Catapults him way up the leaderboard. Blaine had a top 30 finish. That's going to get him up inside the 100 with another event to play. The way the Korn Ferry Tour ends, it's a little bit crazy. So like they give out 50 cards, okay, but you're only guaranteed that a Korn Ferry guy is going to get 25 of them because the top 25 in the points at the end of the year, they automatically get their card.
Mm-hmm.
Then the top 75 go to the playoffs, and then what they do on top of that is they take like the points. Guys that don't already have status on tour, like in other words,
126 through 200 on the FedEx
126 through 200 that aren't already qualified for the next year, they go into the Korn Ferry playoffs, and you're playing for another 25 PGA Tour cards. So,
but the original 25 cards that went after the end of the regular season, they're still in it because they're trying to improve their standing.
Exactly.
And the cards go one from the original 25, and they go back and forth, back and forth. So it could be the difference between getting in a tournament or not, or especially big tournaments. Big tournaments.
So it's big. Kozan's going to be sitting there at 4, and there's one tournament left. Okay. So
yes, there's next week.
Kozan's sitting there at 40. Another big finish. He could catapult inside the top 25. Blaine's going to be probably right inside 100. All it takes, a top 10 finish, he may jump inside the set. He had a top 15 finish earlier and jumped like 30 spots. Like there's a lot of room to make up with a good finish. So, and he's playing really good right now. He had two or three really strong rounds out the gate, stalled just a tad today before he can make a charge. But regardless, he's right there getting into the playoffs. Need another solid finish. We could have 2 big time buds. And then Michael Johnson's another guy. He's hovering right there around the line. He missed the cut this week, but he's hovering around the line. If he shows up next week, we could have 3 buds in the Korn Ferry Tour playoffs, and that would be just absolutely electric. We're going to talk
Getting
with Andrew.
cards.
Yeah, getting cards on the big tour. We're going to talk with Andrew. Hopefully, get him on the show pretty quick. I've been texting with him back and forth. He's fired up. He is obviously. I mean, come on, you've been struggling. You just get married, which that could screw your golf game up just then and there. So you get married, and then all of a sudden you break through and you have your first win, and you get a little breathing room from a money aspect.
Mhm.
And that doesn't pay a ton of money. Like, it's not anywhere near a PGA Tour prize.
Well, it's not a $2 million first place finish on
but it's
on
definitely
the tour,
a six-figure prize. It's definitely a
Yeah.
six-figure prize, and obviously those guys at those level, they need all the money they can get to stretch it out, pay for travel expenses and whatnot, because it's just not a lot of it's just so hard to make money on that tour.
right?
You're just using it as a launching pad. So good for him. Fired up for him. Can't wait to hear from him. Can't wait to get a text. I'm sure he's sifting through thousands of text messages from buddies, former players that he played with at Auburn, coaches, stuff like that. So I could not be more excited. I could not be more excited for anybody. He's a great guy. He's been great to us. And anyway, I'm gonna stop falling over.
Incredibly amazingly good looking too.
Oh, super
Just-
handsome.
I didn't know he was married. I wouldn't have
today-
said some of the things in the text thread.
I
that
know we're not going to
I know
repeat
he's
some of the
married.
things you said.
Nope, we're gonna leave that
because
alone, Nate.
we don't want to scare him away, but he did. He looked the best by far of
I
anybody.
want to be on you.
I want to be on you. Anyway, all right. So, guys, that was a great Monday show. Great Monday show. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We're going to kick the week off. Maybe we'll get Kozan on the rest of the sometime before the end of the week. I would not be surprised if we don't wait until after this week, because this is another important week. He's got a lot going on. So we look forward to talking to him. Look forward to talking to you. We'll come up with some scenarios or some crazy, like, would you rather type deal for Wednesday, and see how the rest of the week goes. So really appreciate it, guys. Have a great week. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Bet Online, and we are the Dadbod Golf Pod.
Always.
Always.
Broken.
Broken.